It's news time. Information is power. The current, the news headline. I am not campaigning for Tinubu. Stop spreading fake news. Wole Soyinka reacts to Facebook post. A Facebook user identified as Michael Olugbenga Peter took to his timeline to share a photo of the Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka and the national leader of the All Progressive Congress, APC, Bola Asiwaju Tinubu, stating that the Nobel laureate has decided to campaign for Tinubu. The user said that Wole Soyinka had decided to involve himself in politics so as to support his longtime friend. According to The Sun, the Nobel laureate described the post as fake and said by now the public should be able to identify fake news and join hands to identify those behind it. Soyinka said he has not even thought of how 2023 election is going to look like, neither has he inserted candidates into coveted positions. The statement read, "Here we go again. The same boring, illiterate public interlopers who lack the courage of their conviction and must steal the identities of their betters. One can only hope that the public has learned to identify fake news and join in urgent task of exposing and disgracing this despicable tout. For the avoidance of doubt, I have not even thought 2023, much less inserted candidates into converted positions. The signature of this latest moron is familiar. He or she should not have known the difference between laureate and laurel. This is an ancient forgery being recycled for the umpteenth time. Those who pass it round do themselves and their recipients a disservice." And these were the words of Wole Soyinka.
The president thanked the United Nations General Secretary Antonio Guterres for the confidence reposed in the former Minister of Environment. A statement released by a spokesperson, that is Femi Adesina, said that it was another opportunity for Mohammed to serve the global body and also humanity, which further enhances, the voice and presence of Nigeria. A long line. Umahi also, that is the governor of Abia State, Governor Okweze Ikpeazu, has revealed that Umahi's declaration of interest in 2023 presidential race was a demonstration of his democratic act. Okezie, who happens to be the Abia State governor, responding to Governor Umahi's declaration, said that every Nigerian who possesses the requisite qualifications has the right to aspire for any political office of one's choice. Governor Ikpeazu, who spoke through his chief press secretary, Onyebuchi Eminaka, wished Umahi well in his new political ambition, and Southeast, APC, that is the Young Progressive Forum, has also commended the Ebonyi State Governor Umahi for declaring his interest to succeed President Muhammadu Buhari in the next democratically elected president of Nigeria.
The Buhari-led administration keeps making records in the arming of the Nigerian military, and coming just a few months after it supplied quite a number of mine-resistant ambush-protected MRAP vehicles to the Nigerian army. The Buhari-led administration has recently made another history by supplying another set of CS-VP3 Bigfoot MRAP multipurpose armored vehicles to them so as to enhance their conquest of insurgents and other violent criminal groups. The new military hardware were supplied on the 19th of November 2021 and have since been inducted into the Nigerian Army Ordnance, after which they were deployed for combat operations against insurgents in the northeast as well as against bandits in the other parts of the country. With these continuous military supplies by Buhari administration, it has become essential to point out that the administration has made Nigerian history about being the best in equipping and arming the country's soldiers, which is an essential element in motivating the troops to serve the nation with all their hearts. The new artillery guns for Nigerian army to equip and re-energize the military establishment for optimum performance in securing the territorial integrity of the country. President Muhammadu Buhari administration has brought a new set of artillery guns for the Nigerian army, and the new artillery guns were inducted into the armory of the Nigerian army on the 19th of December 2020 at the headquarters of the Nigerian Army School of Artillery, NASA, in Kakia, Kaduna State, after which they were deployed against insurgents and other violent groups in the part of the country. Overall, it is very patriotic step taken by the Buhari administration in equipping and modernizing the Nigerian military establishment that has suffered long neglect from the previous administration. Out of school children figure is witnessing a massive rise of orphans everywhere. We can't travel in peace. The economy is crumbling. People are burnt while traveling. The protesters marched from Audu Bako Secretariat to the Kano government house, where security operatives received the group of protesters, listened to them and promised to take the matter further to the appropriate quarters. Meanwhile, following the recent spike in terror attacks in Sokoto and Katsina states, President Muhammadu Buhari has dispatched a high-level delegation made up of heads of national intelligence and security services to the two states. According to a statement by the President's Senior Special Assistant on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, on Friday, Buhari expects the delegation to present an immediate situation report and recommendations on actions to follow to effectively deal with the worrying situation. And also, the defunct Social Democratic Party, SDP, Professor Yowuse Aga has urged separatist agitators to go about the agitations in a civilized manner to avoid bloodshed. In an interview with Vincent Kalu, the Professor Agia, a former senator who has served twice as minister and twice as ambassador, said that the 3 zones that have produced presidents should wait for the other 3 zones to have president. After that, he noted that the president should be chosen purely through popular contest, devoid of zoning. Many Nigerians have tried to go back in history to situate Nigerians' problems in the amalgamation of 1914. They say that Nigerians' amalgamation into one country should never be taking place because of our differences. These groups insist that the amalgamation's expiration date is over and is now the time for the dissolution of the Federation. But I say these people are wrong. There is no manual for the formation of nations. Wars, accidents, imperialism, necessity, agreement, arbitrations, and consensus have all given birth to countries. Our nation was born from imperialism and it became a British colony after the Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885. But we shook off the shackles of colonialism and emerged as an independent nation. The whole world still understanding that Nigeria would be a great nation and would wipe away the tears of all black people of the world by building a great democracy and a republic where justice and honor, peace and progress will be showcased. The reasons for the failure to attain greatness are that we have poor leaders and poor followers who have not been able to make nation building their number one priority. Our leaders have continued to wallow in ethnic racism and corruption. Ironically, it was based on Pan-African unity and nationalism, and our founding fathers got independence. But soon after independence, we have systematically destroyed every fabric of nation building through corruption and ethnic racism. The last 6 years have been the very worst in throwing up Nigeria's fault lines. The parties have failed to give leadership and they lack ideological commitment, purpose, or clarity. The weak institutions of states have been unable to defend democracy, and the Nigerian people have yet not resolved on national greatness. When we decide, nobody can stop us, the professor says. The professor also noted that the Nigerians elite must come together and overcome their apathy and decide to make Nigeria great through comprehensive restructuring of the federation, saying that we need more efficient and leaner federal, civil and public service, and that we need the states to be stronger and the federal government to divest itself